The wealth dynamics star, you are best in the limelight, that you're best when you're able to shine, not shine on yourself, but shine light on others, and that you're always the best when you're not having to sit down and go through all the details. Well, that's really what a star is all about. And so many stars, they end up, first of all, dimming their light because when they were at school, they were told they were a loudmouth, or they were told that they were too much the life of the party. Or you're at a point where you're focusing all your time on the things that your boss or your team thinks you should be focusing at, which is the detail, it's the back end, it's the things that you don't actually enjoy doing so much of at all. So what's really important is to know you have a flow, you have a path that's going to work for you. Someone like Oprah Winfrey, she followed that path. You know, someone like Gordon Ramsay as a chef, he followed that path as well. He makes much more money, more than even what he does cooking food, he actually does as a result of the shows that he has. It doesn't mean you need to have a show even, it means you just got to be out in front of people in the right way. A lot of the presidents of the United States, whether it's Obama or whether it's George Bush, they're star profiles, which is why they end up becoming so good at presenting themselves and thinking on their feet as well. And so for you, the most important thing is to know stars have strengths, which is your ability to think on your feet and your ability to connect with your audience or with your market. But at the same time, you have weaknesses, which means that you're not necessarily the best at creating the products. You could be asking not what product should I have, but who has the best product I should be connecting with. That's what Oprah Winfrey did, which is why she sells more books that are based on other people's books, or most people that endorse other people's products, they're not the ones creating the products, but they are the ones shining a light on them. So on the one hand, be asking the question, who? The second thing is know that you need a team yourself. And the most important person, the first person a star needs is a deal maker. You know, every star who's out there trying to promote themselves takes it personally when they get rejected. Whereas if you've got a deal maker, they can be out there being your gatekeeper. They could be out there making sure that you're magnifying your brand and magnifying the value of your time and making sure that as a result of them being there, they're scheduling you and timing you in a way that you can then just follow that rhythm. And secondly, find yourself someone like a Lord profile, which is somebody who's really good at the detail, someone who's really good at the systems, so you don't have to worry about that so much. In the same way that a forward doesn't try in a game of football to be the goalie at the same time. Find yourself a good goalie, and that allows you to really stretch yourself at the front end of your business. And the most important thing of all of this is to know that if you're being a really solid star profile, you are of huge value to others around you. So be asking yourself, who are you most valued to that you can be shining that light on as well. This journey that you're going on right now, you're going to find in the missions that are on Genius U, on the pathways that are out there, there are people for you to connect with that are going to really find the value in what you do. And what's important is for you to also find the value in what they do as well. And a final note is that when it comes to the step-by-step for you to follow, make sure you're following it in a way that follows your levels. There's 9 levels of the wealth spectrum. You can take the test. There'll be a link on here somewhere for you to go take it for free to find out which is your level. So if you're spending more than you're making, there's a particular level you're going to be at, and there's very specific steps a star takes to get out of that. If you're in a business where you're stuck in the business because you're indispensable, there's very specific steps for you to actually get out of that trap. And if you're in a business where you've got a high-performing team, but you're trying to figure out how to go out and make that big difference in the world, there's also very specific steps, usually the opposite of what you've done so far, to take you from where you are to where you need to go. So go ahead, take that test and use your spectrum level together with your Genius U platform and your current profile to be able to build your team and get out there and make a big difference in the world.